I'm into my second year now, and things just feel way more seamless. Obviously, we understand what the expectations are, like I was telling you a few days ago, and um, in the offense, you just kind of know where to be. You understand what the reads are and the ways that you can kind of impact the game. So it's really vital.
And Brianna?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's the same. I think that, when you talk about chemistry with players, you also need it with the staff and the playbook and knowing where one another spots are going to be. How can we exploit mismatches, things like that, as we start to complicate it a little bit more. So everyone's just feeling confident, feeling good about each other and what we're doing.
Appreciate your time and insight. All you have fun out.
All right, thanks. We're going to go next to Jackie. Jackie, you're going to be followed by Cassandra and Sasha. Jackie.
Hello, all. Thanks for being here. There was some recent news that I do want to get reaction from. Christine Brennan of USA Today. She tweeted that she's hearing that the WNBA is in discussions to begin charter travel for all 12 teams as soon as this regular season. Nothing is a done deal yet, apparently, but there are discussions. Brianna and Jonquel, I just wanted to get your reactions to that.
Yeah, I mean, it's the first that I'm hearing of it as well. And I think that it's something that we've been wanting and fighting for a long time.
Yep.
But I have to imagine that the WNBA will also be like talking with the coaches in the front office and the PA to make this happen. And let's hope we can.
Yeah, as we continue to add more games into the season and kind of change the way the Commissioner's Cup is kind of going to be played this year, it just adds a little bit more like travel into our schedules and stuff. And so if we can do charter flights and kind of help us with our recovery and just being able to get rested so that we can kind of put our best product out there on the court, it would be amazing for us.
All right, thanks. Cassandra, you're up. You're going to be followed by Sasha. Cassandra.
For Stewie and Jonquel, similar to that question, how much more importance does charter flights hold because the WNBA is growing and there is so much more attention and you all are becoming huge household names?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's exactly that, obviously. Understanding like player health and wellness, but also player safety and making sure that we can get from point A to point B and have the focus be our jobs and our team and not all the other things going alongside that. So, I mean, I think we're all on the same page here. We think it's something that should be an easy fix. And what we've been asking for for a long time is the option to, not a requirement, but the option to be able to do it if you can.
All right, thanks. Sasha, you're up. You're going to be followed by Kent.
All right, thanks so much. I have two questions for JJ. So JJ, coming out of the Women's Chinese Basketball League, just talk to us about how training camp is going for you so far and your hopeful projections for this season. And then I have another question.
Okay, yeah. Training camp has been amazing for me. I feel so different, coming into this season, not just with like being in the offense and being with teammates that I played for and, being with Sandy and the coaching staff, but just the way my body felt from last year. So it's been really good. It's been a lot of fun out there watching our team kind of grow and seeing the energy that the new players have brought into training camp. So it's been really good.
And then my second question for you, how has it been with Marquisha? There's a Bahamian connection there. She came from Coach Yo. She's now in training camp with you guys. How is that, and how does that make you feel with the strong Bahamian connection from Coach Yo to Marquisha to you being on the team?
Yeah, I've known Coach Yo since I was a little girl. Obviously, Coach McPhee taught me everything I know about basketball, her daddy. So to kind of see a player come from her program who's now playing on our team is just like, it kind of makes me feel a little bit old, to be honest, to kind of have a younger player coming from her program, but also a lot of pride, to see that she's been able to impact the game the way that she has, to be able to run a top program like Ole Miss and then be able to get her players to the WNBA and have them be effective out there on the court. So it's been full circle. I've been talking a lot to her and Rita, just about that connection. And also, I think she's coming to our preseason game today, so we're excited to see her too.
All right, thanks. Kent, you're up. You're going to be followed by Alexa. Kent.
Thank you. Kent Youngblood from the Minneapolis Star Tribune. This is for the players. I wanted to ask, as veteran players who have played at the highest level, do you guys feel like this league is at a tipping point in terms of an explosion of interest? I know the numbers point that direction, but I was wondering if it feels different for you as you enter this season. And I have a quick follow-up.
To be honest, yes and no. I think that the field is coming from the numbers, the attendance, stuff like that, but we could feel that last season, if that makes sense. Like our numbers in Barclays were high. We had sellout games, especially as we finished the season. So this tipping point and this movement has been a long time coming up with the new CBA. And now you're seeing like the more places that you can watch and stream women's sports and WNBA specifically, the more people are going to watch. Like that game that somebody live streamed on Twitter, that was wild because there was no preseason game available. So I think that, now it's just making sure that it's all hands on deck. Everybody's trying to make sure that we know what we need to do to continue to grow this league together collectively between the WNBA, the front office, the coaches, the players, so that we have the best product on the court, and that's a consistent thing, and everybody knows where to find it.
A quick follow-up. Yeah, that was interesting here. 2 million people hit that Twitter post. It's amazing. But so much focus on this incoming rookie class, Caitlin, Angel, Camila, and that's great because they're going to bring a lot of people into this league with you. But as a veteran who's done it, do you have to, is it kind of a tipping thing of acknowledging what this group is going to bring while at the same time saying, well, we've been here for 7-8 years building this thing so that you'd be able to come into it?
Yeah, I mean, I think that the WNBA is obviously a very inclusive place, and we're happy to have this new rookie class come in, especially with the amount of attention that they have behind them. So between Caitlin and Angel and Camilla, and I don't know if we won't see her tonight in the preseason game, but understanding what they've brought, how they have fans and new basketball fans behind them, and now just making sure that it continues. It's not just from college, but it continues to the WNBA, and maybe these fans find new players that they like as well.
All right, thanks. We're going to go to Alexa. Alexa, you're going to be followed by Jordan.
Hi, everyone. I wanted to follow up about the question that was asked about JJ. So if Stewie and Sandy could weigh in, I just was curious, what difference have you seen in JJ during this training camp, physically, just her comfort level, and how does that help you guys achieve your long-term goals for the season?
Yeah, look, I think JJ's come in great shape. I mean, she's one of the few players that we have that has played all season, playing in China and dominating over there. And, she's healthy. So last year she came into a training camp and she was in a boot for 8 weeks. So, that slowed her down at the start, but we saw the impact that she had once she got fit and we built the chemistry over time with this team, and she really has hit the ground running. I've been really, really impressed. I think, believe it or not, she's gone to another level. She's improved just by the playing overseas, just her improvement inside, outside, passing, everything. So we're very excited, just how we can continue to grow, having, our starters all back together. That's great for this organization, and we want to continue to go to another level.
And me too.
All right, thank you. We're going to turn to Jordan. Jordan, you're followed in the batting order by Jonathan and PJ. Jordan.
Hello. So my question is for either one of you all. So I wanted to talk about Marquisha Davis and Esme Martinez. Those girls seem to be someone that can make a lot of impact on the team. So just talk about what you've liked seeing from them in training camp.
What I like seeing from Kui and Ez in training camp, I think I'll separate them because Kui has like an explosiveness and a speed and athleticism that can really translate pretty quickly, especially when she's in the open court. So it's fun to watch and fun to play with because we like to play fast. And Ez, I think that, her biggest comfort coming into this camp was her defense and her ability to guard multiple positions and know where she can be. And the best part about it is as they've had like a week or 8-9 days under their belt, they're feeling more comfortable with the system, with the players. Like, obviously, when you come in as a rookie, it's kind of like, oh my God, I'm here in the WNBA. So I'm excited to see them kind of get out there tonight and play in their first WNBA game.
Good. Well said. I think
Yeah.
I would say the same thing.
Yeah.
They've been, it's fun. I mean, just the quiz athleticism and, you know, I think that's something that we don't really have on this team. So I think that would be a great addition in that regard. And as you know, she's just tough. She's everywhere. She competes really, really hard, and she's going to have a really bright professional future.
All right, thanks. We're going to turn to Jonathan. PJ, you're on deck. Jonathan.
Thank you, Ron. This is Jonathan Tannenwald of the Philadelphia Inquirer. This question's for the players first, but Sandy, you're also welcome to answer it if you'd like. Brianna, you were talking a moment ago about how the rookie class has had an impact on the increase in exposure of the league this year, on top of everything else that has happened in the last couple of years. But I was wondering if you guys would maybe measure a little bit how much of an impact you think the rookie class has had in accelerating everything that is happening. Thanks.
I think for me, I feel like it's kind of tough to kind of judge that without the season having started yet. Our first game is going to be against the Fever, and so we'll kind of see the difference between, you know, what the Fever kind of looked like before, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Versus, you know, what they looked like last year. And so I think that'll be interesting. But in terms of like media coverage, like I've been turning on ESPN, I'm seeing people talk about the Fever preseason game. Like that's never happened before. So I think the exposure, the excitement is there, but it's really hard for us to judge it when the season hasn't started yet.
All right, thanks. We're going to go to PJ. PJ, you're going to be followed by Brian F. PJ.
Thanks. This one is for Sandy. Can you go into a little bit more depth about what you saw from Ez and why you drafted her? And is there anything that you've seen so far in training camp that maybe has surprised you about her that you didn't know about her going in?
Yeah, look, when you're evaluating college kids, you're trying to see how it will adapt to the pro level. And I think for Ez, she just, you know, defensively, she just loves that part of the ball, and she's actually probably better than what I actually thought she was, to be quite honest. She just really competes. She can guard 1 for 4. I mean, even into the 5. Just she has basketball IQ and positioning, but a lot of it's just hard work and really competing at a high level. And you know, that's going to get better and better. This is the best league in the world, so it's just going to be a lot of different challenges and different players that you have to guard. But I think that the mindset that she brings in and the love for that side of the ball, I think, you know, that's going to certainly help her in this next level. But she's actually quite a solid offensive player as well. And, you know, she played in the 4 in college a little bit because she had to. We're mixing it in the 3 here, but she's quite versatile. So I think versatility at this level is going to take her a long way.
All right, thanks. Brian, you're up. You're going to be followed by Andy. Brian.
Thank you, Ron. Hi, everybody. This one's for JJ and Stewie. Since with this being you guys' second year in New York, how would you compare this training camp to last year? And just on a second note, how do you manage all the expectations you guys have as a group without putting too much pressure on yourselves?
Yeah, I mean, I think that the biggest difference between this training camp and the last one was that we're all here from the start. You know, most of us were obviously rehabbing or coming back from overseas. So we had to like throw things together even on a quicker pace than what we had to do this year, and just the chemistry and building that camaraderie is something that, like we've been saying, just carried over from one season to the next. And I think that as far as expectations, you know, we know what we want to do. We know what our ultimate goal is, but at the same time, I am, and I think I can speak for the rest of us, we're excited for building one day at a time and really not looking that far ahead and understanding that, you know, there's a lot of things that are going to happen and go on this summer, but our goal is to, you know, worry about how we can get better this preseason, finish this training camp, and then lock in for the start of the season.
All right, thanks. Andy, you're up. Alfred on deck. Andy.
Thanks so much, Ron. Hey, really want to bring you guys back to the last play of the last game last season. And Stu, I wanted to start with you. Wanted to get a sense if you had to do it over again, would you have made a different play trying to score the ball in the last 8 seconds of that game? And if so, what would that move have been?
Yeah, definitely. If I had to do it over again, I would have moved a little bit quicker. I probably would have tried to go baseline and get a shot up earlier in the clock so that, hopefully make, but if miss, JJ would be there to rebound the ball. So that's a tough one. It definitely stings, but fortunately I have, when you have moments when you don't do the things that you want to do, you have an opportunity to fix them later on. So just being prepared for it when the next time comes around.
Appreciate that. And Sandy, if I may, early in that play, Benaja said a great pick on Plum, and Van der Sloot was moving quickly to the hoop. Should the ball have gone to her, number one, and number two, should Benaja have taken that shot later in the play?
There's a lot of what ifs, isn't there? Look, I think the play, and in the end, you have to give credit to Vegas's defense. We thought what was open, it didn't, and Shuey had to catch the ball in a little bit lower spot. So, we made decisions on the fly, and sometimes that's what you have to do. Basketball is like just making reads and making the best choices there. So, in the end, it's like just not credit to Vegas. Like, Shuey said, yeah, she could have taken it. I could have run a different play too. We could have passed it differently. So, but we can't change that. But they're all, it's a great learning experience that we all have. We all went through it together, and it will motivate us for this year.
Appreciate
All
it.
right.
Thanks,
Thanks, Andy. Alfred, you're up. We're going to go after that to Raphael. Alfred.
All right, this question is for Coach Brondello. Coach, tonight against the Sky, you'll be coaching against Teresa Weatherspoon, a Liberty legend and someone that you had experience playing against. Just wanted to get your thoughts on that coaching matchup as well as your respective journeys up to this point.
Yeah, no, look, it's great. It's great to see Teaspoon back in the league as a head coach. I think that's great. Former players coming back. I'm excited. We had so many battles as playing in the WNBA and also playing internationally against each other, but I'm excited to go against her tonight. And it is a preseason game here, and I think we'll both be saying that we're just really focusing on, what we want to focus on our own teams there. And but I wish her all the best, and hopefully it all goes well.
Great, thank you, Coach.
All right, thanks, Raphael.
Hello, ladies. First of all, Raphael Haynes with a 3-point conversion. Hope you're doing well. My question is, this is your second year with each other. What have you learned that's interesting about each other that you didn't know before you all teamed up?
Trick question.
Right. Well, JJ and I have known each other for a while. So I will give us credit.
Yeah.
I'm like, I gotta think about something.
Yeah.
What have I learned about Stewie? She's a great mom. That's something that's new. She's a great mom. She supports her family. I think that's amazing. Sandy is actually like funnier than I thought she would be. Like, of course she's a funny person, but I didn't know like how cool she was until I got to play for her. I think she does a good job of like balancing like the pressure of the moment and our preparation, but also like keeping it human, So I'll say those are the two things I know.
I think we're all funny at any given time, but we're all very focused and determined.
Yeah.
And for me, it's more as a coach, you like to see how the chemistry comes together and how it forms, and that excites me because these are human beings. It's building those really strong relationships off the court, and that's fun. And we'll continue to do that, and hopefully it'll carry over to the court as well.
All right, we've got time for just a couple more. We're going to go Sean and Brad. Sean, go ahead.
Sorry about that. Jonquel, my question's for you. Obviously, your commercials are the best out there on the TV, but how much do you love seeing your peers appear more frequently with all this increased attention? Kelsey Plum, Caitlin, a whole bunch of them. How important is that to you?
I think it's huge for our league. If you've heard me speak in the past, I talk about making sure that there's seats at the table for everyone to kind of share their stories and to really highlight all the different stories that we do have in this league. And I think we have amazing players, and once we continue to do that, our league will continue to grow. So it's amazing to see it happen, and not just the commercials, but like, people writing books in Asia and BG and everybody, and it's amazing to watch. Basketball players really show that they're more than just athletes.
Awesome. Yours are still the
right.
best. Don't worry.
All right, thanks. We're going to limit it to just two more. We're going to go with Brad and Lindsay. Brad, go ahead.
Yes, hi ladies. How are you? Brad Lake, WBB Nation, WNBA Swish. This question is for Jonquel. You had a really cool off-season moment where you were entered into the GW Athletics Hall of Fame. Can you speak to that night and what George Washington meant to you?
Yeah, the night was special. The night was special. I was surrounded by so many people that like I genuinely love and cherish. My teammates, just old friends. And so just to see everybody come back and really celebrate that moment was amazing. But GW means a lot to me. Like when I decided to leave my first school, I really didn't I did know what I wanted, and it was a place where I could kind of just grow into the basketball player and person that I wanted to be. And GW allowed me to do that while also kind of having like that family environment and kind of going back to, the high school area where I was raised. And so to be able to be inducted into the Hall of Fame was something that I never really thought about much while I was there at GW, but to have that moment celebrated and have everybody come back and just kind of pour into me, it was really, really amazing.
I thank you, ladies.
All right, thank you. Last question is going to go to Lindsay. Excuse me, Lindsay.
Hey, ladies. I'm guessing that while you've been sitting here talking to us, you have not been checking your phones, but supposedly, the W has agreed to charter for all regular season games, or is going to agree to that and announce that soon. I wondered if the three of you had heard anything on that front, and if it's true, what is your reaction?
Oh, we're gonna charter to Connecticut.
Yeah, right. But now we were asked a similar question earlier, and we think it's amazing if it's going to be if it's true, and we understand that, like we said earlier, that there's a lot of games this season, and we want to be able to play our best, and charter is definitely going to help with that.